Hello there. My name is David Kitchen, aka Soccer Dave, and I'm here
My name is David Kitchen, aka
to talk to you about fantasy sports. Joining me, I have the one, the only Napster Man and Davis Maddock. Davis doesn't have any video. Somehow it just went out right before we were about to go live. That's just kind of how it works out. But this this is what we're going to see from him. So
Awesome.
I wish that we could get the. We might have to get the Christian Mingle screenshot that you used to have.
No, I changed it so that wasn't a thing anymore.
Nap, you have your kung fu game.
Yep.
That we're going to talk about later, and you'll be giving out the stat. Whoever tweets the at you at Napsterman gets the all of the monies, basically, and by monies I mean all of the T-shirts. So, do you have that line yet?
Yeah, I'm gonna edit it a little bit since I didn't know I just gave it away to everyone already.
Oh, they weren't.
Yeah, you want me to do it now?
No. They weren't paying attention anyways. Don't worry.
I'll use the same one. That's a good one, actually.
Don't worry.
Ready?
No, we'll save that. We'll save that.
All right.
We'll save it. Davis, since you're doing the audio only, why don't you tell us some of the news that you have?
The big piece of news that everyone needs to know is that Mike Conley is not going to play tonight versus the Los Angeles Lakers. Jared Bayless is available for the dead minimum on DraftDay. He's available for 3.6 on FanDuel, and I haven't gotten over to DraftKings or DraftStreet to do lineups yet today. But yeah, that's what you really need to know.
He's probably 3 there. I'm just opening it.
Yeah, Mike Conley is going to be a beast. Or not a beast, but Jared Bayless is going to be a beast because Mike Conley is out. That is a huge piece of news. So definitely something to consider when setting your lineups tonight. Nap, what do you think about Bayless as a backup?
I mean, he's got the best matchup too. It's crazy how it's all just fitting together for him. At home, the bench was only 5 deep last game, I think. So this helps Lure a lot too. Bayless moves into starting. There's like 4 guys deep. Davis got 7 minutes to Lure's 30 last game. So I don't see that changing too much, and it's just all there for all these cheap guys, I think, tonight.
Yeah, and you have to think, Davis, what do you think about the big situation there?
Yeah, I'm all over Lure and Randolph, especially on FanDuel. I don't know. They must have just felt bad about throwing us the worst small forward options all season, so they decided to give Lure the small forward position eligibility there despite playing 0 minutes there this season. So that's pretty nice of them to do.
Yeah, it's... Lure is... he's actually had a few good games lately. He might be the stat winner tonight, Nap.
That's good. That's definitely a Lure line.
For what it's worth, FI's college basketball writer said that Lure was pretty good in college too. I know nothing about him. I didn't know if he was white or black, honestly.
What? Really?
I don't. Why would you watch the Grizzlies play? Why would you do that to yourself?
I mean, you got Sports Center. You maybe seen a highlight.
I don't have cable, man.
Oh my god, dude. Wow. Okay. That makes sense then.
I play video games and watch the Thunder.
Okay.
You don't have cable?
I live in a very collegey apartment. There's no point when I have really high speed internet.
Yeah, I mean, do you at least have like Xbox Video, like where you can watch? Like, how do you watch games?
I watch them on my laptop.
This is a new world. I feel like you don't. It might inhibit you when you can't watch everything on your laptop, though, right?
I mean, you guys know how I feel about watching games. I think stats tell the whole story.
What? Come on, man.
Not the whole. I won't say that. That's a little bit too much. Like I watch the Thunder, and I'll watch good Western Conference basketball. And like I go over to my friend's house to watch like the TNT games.
You don't go to the bar to watch the Bulls and Bucks play 2 and 3 nights? That's like the highlight of the year.
Oh God, it's just like I can't imagine someone who makes that their existence.
Oh,
Yeah. I'm not going to lie. I didn't have cable for a period of like a month or so, and I tried to get it back. Like I tried to get through my Xbox to my laptop. It just wasn't the same because even like the NBA, what's it called, League Pass, it's like a minute and a half behind everything else. So I'm opening up my Gamecast on one screen and my League Pass on the next, and I know like what's gonna happen. It's just no fun.
Well, I had League Pass. I had League Pass last year, and I used it on my laptop. And I was just like, I ended up watching the same games that I could have watched using illegal streams, anyways.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about some of the other games. There's not really a lot of games. There are, I guess, 5 games. You have basically this Kings Bobcats game. Davis, you had Gerald Henderson as the face of your daily fantasy pulse on the fantasyinsiders.com. So, your thoughts about Gerald Henderson? He's a guy that can score, and that's about it.
No, I think Henderson. I think Henderson matches up pretty nice in this game. Like he's super athletic. The Kings are gonna miss. They're gonna miss some shots because Rudy Gay, and I don't know. Like the Kings are really bad against the shooting guards because McLemore isn't used to NBA defense yet, and the only thing that keeps him on the floor defensively is his athleticism, and he's no match for Henderson there.
Yeah. So is he the guy that you're targeting in this matchup?
I mean, I would like it depends on the site, but as of right now, he's in my cash game lineup on FanDuel and on DraftDay. But I want to hear Nap talk me into. I want Nap to talk me into Rudy Gay though, because he wasn't someone who was on my board until he said that before the show.
I mean, yeah, it just kind of depends on the site. If you're going like FanDuel, I don't think you need to play him for cash game. I think you can go Durant Lure pretty safely. But DraftKings, it feels really cheap there, 6,800 for all the bonuses. A little higher for rebounds and assists. It's just that's a site he fills it up, and under 7. I mean, I think you can get him and the 2 of the Memphis guys, Durant. It's a pretty nice night on DK. I think it's Big Gay and even Isaiah Thomas in that kind of a sloppy game with Charlotte. I think that could be one of the high scoring games too.
Yeah, you look at the total on that game, and it's the 4th highest scoring game tonight. But that's not necessarily because it's going to be a low scoring game. It might. It's supposed to be the closest game of the night, but you look.
Yeah, that's what I like.
And you see basically the Thunder and Nuggets as the top game.
Oh yeah, definitely. Even New Orleans, Golden State, the last 2, man.
Yeah. New Orleans, Golden State, Portland, Cleveland, and even the Lakers and the Grizzlies.
Memphis.
Did you guys hear the report that Paul said he wouldn't mind coming back to Memphis next season?
I didn't hear that.
Wait, who? Paul?
Powell.
How?
I call him Paul. It's the it's the Southern guy in me, Paul. But he said that he wouldn't mind coming back to play next season in Memphis. Of course, that's where he was before their awful trade to LA. But gets to play with his brother. That would certainly be interesting. But Nap, I want to hear your take on Powell versus Mark. Even though Mark's not playing, do you think this is something that Powell is going to try to impress his little brother, basically?
I mean, they've played so much in the past. I don't think he's trying to impress him. I think it's not a bad. I mean, Powell's price there's a lot of guys I just like better than him. I don't know. I mean, I'm kind of the idiot that always looks for that X factor, birthdays, bobbleheads, and brother on the bench watching is just not one of those I'm looking at. I mean, he's 73 on FanDuel. Randolph's right under him. I mean, definitely Randolph.
And Ibaka is right above him.
Yeah, even David Lee, they're pretty close. They're almost the same price. Even Ryan Anderson, I mean, I love him tonight. So Pow's just doesn't feel like a Pow night. I don't know. Jordan Hill's coming on strong too. I mean, taking boards, just not feeling him. If Marcus All was in, I would, because then he'd actually have a reason to play hard.
They dominated. The Lakers dominated the Hawks in the first half. The bigs did. They couldn't miss Jordan Hill or Gasol in the paint, and then they didn't exactly dominate in that second half. Thoughts on Kobe before we get off of this game, Davis? Your thoughts on Kobe, Mr. 4 turnovers in 2 minutes, I think, yesterday.
Well, after the show yesterday, you guys kind of talked me into him, and the chat did too. So I ended up putting him in my cash game lineup on FanDuel, and that didn't work out. So I think I'm gonna avoid him again today. I prefer at home. I would much prefer Klay Thompson for 1,000 cheaper.
Yeah. Kobe's he's just not on my radar. I think there's some other options, and he obviously still has to work out some of the kinks. Would you agree with that, Nap?
Yeah. His price it just shot up. Like, it was 5,100 on DK, and I think he's over 7. What the hell is that? He's over 7 now. Or he's at 69. So I mean, shooting guard. It's not a spot I think to spend on tonight with like Durant playing, Curry playing, Aldridge. I would go probably as cheap as possible in shooting guard, actually.
CJ Stetzer is in the chat. We want to send a special hello to CJ because it's been a while. We've had MG, CJ Stetzer, Dink, Dan Wahoo, Papa Cub, everyone who's everybody.
It's loaded, yeah.
Haterade, that's who I was trying to think of earlier, was in the chat. So, man.
Miggy Todd's in the house.
Yeah, Miggy Todd, another guy. So, good stuff getting all these people in here. I also want to introduce people to
Leona needs some love.
my co-host, Sadie.
We're just reading the list now. Everyone's pissed.
She loves to co-host the show, and she actually has a bed underneath the studio here. So, wanted to shout out, give her a shout out. Going back to the games, Al Smith in the house. Wow. Going back to the games, let's get on this. Well, obviously we know that Jared Bayless is probably the top play of the day. I want to get on this Denver OKC game though. Davis, you are the big OKC fan, so how do you see this night going?
Well, I know a couple people remember this. The last time these two teams played, I had all the stats about Ibaka's block percentage and how often Hickson and Fareed and Mozgov get blocked, and that didn't work out. But he still ended up with 25 fantasy points despite going 3 for 7 from the field in that game. And so I'm going back to the well with Ibaka again tonight for sure. Like he's the number one power forward play not named LaMarcus Aldridge to me.
You know what that was?
What was that?
That was my take on Ibaka because he burned me so bad on Sunday. He had a great matchup. And he screwed everybody. He screwed us.
Sometimes that'll just happen. He bites on the pump fake. So he's gonna get quick fouls sometimes.
Yeah. I just don't really think Ibaka is.
Just so many other options I like.
He's a GPP play, and you know what? This might be one of those situations where I say I don't like Ibaka, and then I'm forced to roster him later. But we did have a good question. Ibaka over Zebo. It seems like the stats kind of support this, but I would probably rather go Zebo over Ibaka tonight. Your thoughts, Nap, on that?
I'm trying to figure out what Stetzer just said. You can hear me, but my lips aren't moving. That's pretty cool. I was a mime in the past life, or one of those talking dummies. I I think with Conley out, I mean, I think Zebo's kind of his game actually. Bayless, Zebo, all day for me tonight. The bench, there's not much bench support. It's Davis, Lure's gonna have to take over the SF spot. Probably not a lot of Randolph's minutes are gonna eat into it all. He just feels way safer with like ridiculous upside at that matchup.
Yeah. Al mentions that GPP equals basically a crappy pick. I used to do that all the time as well. Now, I guess it does kind of mean that. I think that Ibaka has a high upside. He's not a bad play. I just would rather not. He's just not a safe play for me after what he did on Sunday and all the other options. I just don't think he's a safe play. Okay,
I mean,
it's not that I think it's not that I
think the term GPP pick. I mean,
what's that, Nat?
Yeah, I was saying the term GPP pick to me it just means low percentage owned. Like it doesn't matter how good they are, their upside. Just if you think they're under 6%. That's what you want in a tournament to win it. So that's what the term kind of should mean, I think. Not unplayable, just not on people's radar, but has huge upside.
Yeah, I think it's a thing where people they don't want to disagree on something, and so they say, "Yeah, that's a GPP play," instead of saying, "I really don't like that." So I don't, if I disagree with you, I want to feel comfortable enough with saying, Nap, that pick was idiotic. Why would you pick that? I want us to get really confrontational on the show because that's what drives ratings.
Okay.
That's why we have Davis on here twice a week.
Yeah, you guys did that with me when I said that Drummond was a GPP play last night.
I also said I hated that play.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying you did the right thing.
So
I don't think the highest top 3 eating position is going to be considered GPP play.
Well, because it was against Hibbert.
It was against Indy. Okay, that makes sense.
And he played well. Like he had Hibbert. Like that. Part of the reason they were able to win was because he drew Hibbert into places where he was uncomfortable in the pick and roll.
Mm.
Okay. Let's get back to this Denver game. Ty Lawson, your thoughts on him, Nap, using him today in this game?
I love him. FanDuel is 79, DK 66. I mean, that's the site I think. It feels like must play between him and Isaiah at that point guard spot. I mean, obviously Bayless for cash game. And then that other guard and utility spot, I think you should get either Isaiah or Lawson in at 6.6. At home, highest over-under. Yeah, he had a bad game on his return, but he bounced back really nicely on Friday, and this is, I think, a really good spot for him. I would get him in on DK at least. DraftDay, 11K. Feels like a must-play. FanDuel, it's close. Depends where else you spend. I mean, Bayless, you can fit a lot, but Lawson is definitely you got to be on your radar.
Did you see the story about him attributing his slump to a lack of conditioning? Does that scare you at all?
I mean, that first game back, I'm always concerned about people's conditioning, but he's had 2 games under his belt, another off day of practice, or 2 days actually, I think. So, yeah, I'm not worried about that for him tonight.
There's some talk in the chat about Rick Militar. We'll just let that stay in the chat. Do want to mention, though, that this is the Insiders TV daily fantasy TV show. It is 4:01 Eastern, and you can always catch the archive versions of the show later on in the day at youtube.com/fantasyinsiders. And we'll also, starting tomorrow, we'll also be going live. We'll have live YouTube events, so that should be pretty cool.
Wow.
So, yeah, we'll have more on that tomorrow. Nap, this is a good time for the... Da-da-da-ding, ding, 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 ding.
You lost the music already?
Yeah, I'm not gonna pull up the music right now, but this is the Napster Man's Kung Fu match, and we're going to give out. Nap is going to give out a stat line. Tweet him at Napsterman and use the hashtag InsidersTV and tell him who your play is, and check his timeline if you're tweeting later on in the day because you might have someone that is a duplicate, and there are no duplicates. These are all.
Nope.
This is single entry, right, Nap?
Single entry and first come first serve, so there's no overlap. So
There you go.
yeah.
So
All
what's
right,
the stat line going to be tonight?
I mean, let me explain the game. There's a lot of new people here. So basically, I give a line, an NBA line for tonight only, and you get one pick, one player, any position, who's going to be closest. And it's kind of a judgment-based decision by me. Dave will talk about it. And closest gets a FI T-shirt. So be as quick as you can on Twitter because I'm going by my timeline. And then you can kind of check the replies on the original tweet, see if your guy's taken, repick. I kind of respond and let people know if they've been taken. So here we go. It's going to be 16 points, 4 rebounds, 5 assists, 2 steals, 0 blocks, 5 turnovers. So it's kind of feels like a guard line or a low end power forward. But there you go.
Well, don't give hints, Nap.
Why? Could be anyone.
That's right. You
Lance,
heard it here.
Lance Stevenson won the last one.
On the ding 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 Napsterman's Kung Fu match. 16-4-5
205.
205. Again, sounds like the numbers from Lost. We have to go back.
It's only
Jack.
24 FanDuel points. I mean, or actually, their new scoring, it's about 26, so it's not crazy.
Yeah. Let's get that score. Let's convert that scoring to DraftDay points.
I don't know. 28? I don't know.
Hard.
I guess it depends on how many players or how many 3-pointers they have. If you had Joe Johnson last night on DraftDay, you were doing pretty good.
Anywhere.
Last night was a weird night. The past 2 nights have been a weird night. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
I'm in a little bit of a slump myself ever since Friday. So Saturday, Sunday, Monday has not been kind to old Soccer Dave. Let's talk about this next.
You had a good NFL night last night.
Yeah,
second place.
I'm talking about NBA though.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
You can slump in one, but do well in the other sport. That's always good.
Yeah. So NFL just basically made up for the NBA miseries. So I'm back at where I started at square one. New Orleans against Golden State at home. This is the second highest over-under, but it is the largest spread. Davis, what are your feelings on this game? Do they keep it close in the Oracle?
Yeah, I mean, Golden State's just not playing very well right now. They're 14-13. However they did their offense this offseason, they constructed it with Iguodala in mind. They have not been the same team with Iguodala sidelined with his hamstring injury. Just a cool little note. I was just doing some stat stuff with the new Sports VU data today. On a per touch basis, Klay Thompson passes the least of any player in the NBA who plays at least 20 minutes.
Can you repeat that?
Makes sense, yeah.
Klay Thompson passes the least on a how many times he touches the ball and then how many times he passes versus ending a possession in another way is the lowest out of any player who plays 20 minutes in the entire league.
Yeah, that's the BH factor.
The what factor?
The BH
what'd you say?
factor. The ball hog factor.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was gonna say the QR factor, the quick release factor. He just shoots it and he gets it.
Oh, nice. I was gonna say the heat check factor, the HC factor. What were you gonna say, Davis?
He's a heat checker.
I just think that Curry shoots so much that when he gets an open look, he just gets excited.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, Curry has this beautiful. He has perfected this beautiful wraparound, especially with his left hand. It takes skill to do that, where he drives in the lane and then does this wraparound pass out out to Clay. It is so beautiful. Clay at home definitely is a nice little pick. Nap, your thoughts on using Steph in this game?
I mean, if you can fit him, that's the thing. It's like, I mean, you can't not. I mean, you're never gonna say it's a bad matchup when he's at home in a high over under. It's like in a close. The big thing's a close game. I don't see either of these guys pulling teams pulling ahead too far. Maybe kind of 10-point max somewhere in the game. But if you can go Bale, Curry, I don't mind that at all. I mean, and Durant, I think you can do that with Lure there. I mean, I don't know what else to say. It's just, he's got the 60 upside, probably a 35, 40 floor, honestly. It just depends what else you're feeling. I mean, it's not much else you can talk about Curry. It's all there tonight.
Yeah, it's just a matter of, do you want to pay for him? Are you comfortable in paying for him? Because you've got he's up there right now with KD. And
yeah, I would rather go all day. Definitely KD.
Yeah, I would rather go Durant also. The one thing that he gives you is shooting guard eligibility, which that's always on most sites, and that's always something to consider because it's about opportunity where that position is.
Yeah, draft day. I mean, Bayless, Lawson, Curry. I mean, that's definitely playable.
Davis, your thoughts?
I really like putting in Kyrie at that shooting guard spot on draft day. The lineup I have right now has Kyrie, Lawson, and Lillard in at those slots with Bayless, and I really like that one.
I want to pull up Klay Thompson splits because there's a little bit in the chat. On home games, he is averaging 33.4 points. Away games, 30.6 points. So his field goal percentage at home is .548. Away, it is .407. For those wanting to know, that is Clay's splits. So take that for what it's worth. If you believe in that sort of thing, if you don't, Drew Dinkmeyer, then that is fine. But it seems like at home this year, he is shooting a lot better, considerably better than away. Granted, there is a larger sample size for away games. So that is where we are getting those stats. Drew Dinkmeyer is typing in all caps in the chat. So obviously
he's getting fired up.
He is passionate. This guy, Al said it right. He's going to go 6-minute abs on somebody. Hopefully not us. He will be on the show tomorrow, so I'm sure we will get his take on things.
He loves those fire adjectives too. I was trying to get you started, Dave. Oh man, never forget.
Oh man, I think that he just doesn't want you to get burned. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my God. Yeah, you got to target those hot shooters.
You're not right, as we like to say in the South. You are not right.
Not right.
Let's talk about this Portland-Cleveland game. Since there's only 5 games on the docket, we can be a little crazy. And I saw that, speaking of crazy, segue there, Crazy Gaby says that he has a feeling that Kyrie is going to go off. Another guy who now is shooting guard eligible on a few different sites. So thoughts on Kyrie tonight? I will start with you, Davis.
Yeah, I wrote him up in today's column on the site. I wrote him up under the shooting guard position because I used DraftDay salaries today. And yeah, I really like Kyrie. Both Lillard and Kyrie are really bad defenders. And I think there might be a little bit, if I can steal a page from Nap's book, I think there might be a little bit of those guys wanting to go one-on-one versus each other, and they're both young point guards and all that stuff. So I really like having both Lillard and Kyrie in on draft day.
What about you, Nap?
Yeah, this one kind of feels like a GPP play, to be honest. I think everyone's going to be on Lillard and then Isaiah or even Lawson at that price. So Kyrie, I mean, what's his splits like home and away? It feels like he does better at home, and I do like that home factor. Just, you know, you have the number on that?
I can look it up. I think I'm trying to remember if that dud where he didn't score, if that was on the road or at home. That would probably sway things. Let's see.
Okay.
I'm pulling it up right now.
It was on the road, so it's going to be it's going to be a little different. But yeah, at home he's averaging 40 points a game, fantasy points a game. Away he's averaging 32.
Yeah, that's.
Hey, that's a real split, Dink.
.001's huge. Yeah, so I mean, there's just not much to say bad about him in this matchup. It's just the price is kind of in that middle range. You know, if you're going to go Curry Lawson, there's no room for him. So unless you're doing draft day, I like that shooting guard eligibility definitely.
Yeah, shooting guard eligibility, but I think I'd rather have Lillard because on most sites Lillard is going to be cheaper than Kyrie. I think Lillard has a shot at a decent game. So Lillard and Lawson are two guards that I'll probably be rolling the heaviest with tonight. And no pun intended there with Lawson. You know what I'm saying?
You see that tweet by Bill Simmons the other day? It was like the Diao Steve Jackson matchup should be sponsored by IHOP the other day. He was at the Clippers game.
Oh man! Apparently,
Steven Jackson's back in the league.
Yeah, he's with the Celtics now, correct?
No, Clippers.
That's what I meant.
Clippers.
Oh,
yeah.
It was the Doc Rivers factor. I knew that's.
Did you guys see this report that just came out like 3 minutes ago? Dion Waiters wants out so he can go to Philly and be the best player on a team.
Is that legit?
Yeah.
Where did you see that? Can you give the source?
It's all over Twitter. Let me pull it up. And he also is questionable for tonight's game.
Jarrett Jack, anybody?
I don't really touch any of Cleveland, to be honest. Maybe Kyrie and Tristan sometimes. That's about it.
Unless the Cavs SB Nation editor just tweeted it out, so he thinks it's legit, I guess.
Interesting. That would be Waiters on the Sixers would just be like a big train wreck.
Yeah.
He'd be shooting 80 shots a game. Legitimately, he would shoot 25 shots a game.
They don't need two Tony Rotens.
Yeah. Colin in the chat says Dion Waiters Gatlin gunning. That's exactly he would immediately become Davis's favorite player. I mean, it would just be automatic.
No, you guys misunderstand the gunner thing. You got to have some swag, and he doesn't have any.
Like Waiters versus Monte, they would blow up.
No, it's Monte all day. Because have you guys seen Monte's tattoos? That guy,
like head to head, playing each other, not fantasy related.
Oh yeah, that would be pretty cool.
That'd be an exciting game. Go ahead. Tattoos.
Oh, Monte has a tree tattooed on his torso, starting at his belly button, and it's a money tree.
That's a good stat.
Gosh. So we have gotten into the away from the splits and into the sample size as far as
tattoo splits.
If you have swaggy tattoos, that obviously means that you have more confidence, and confidence in basketball is a shot is 90% confidence and 10% skill. That's what coaches like to say because they're full of it. Andrew Bynum on draft day is $6,150, $6,000 on draft day against Portland. How many minutes does he see? Is there any chance that his coach forgets that he's on a minutes limit nap? This screen cap of Nap is awesome, by the way. Is he still? Is he still with us?
I hope I am.
You are. So just talk.
Okay.
Your thoughts on Bynum tonight?
Man, I hate that guy. I mean, that's kind of the GP plea. Like, he falls in that category for sure. He's 4,500 on DK. He's probably 58 on 11 when he looked, but I think he's still at 30-minute cap. Lopez is just kind of a nuisance in there messing with him. Yeah, he's had 18 minutes in the last 2 games, so it's just not safe at all. Like, no.
For some reason, I cannot look at your screenshot without laughing. It
My
needs
frozen?
like the hashtag giggles on there, 'cause that's what it looks like. It looks like you just told a joke and are laughing at it.
Nice.
Oh man, that's good stuff. We're just gonna roll with it. We're gonna roll with everything today. Tomorrow, I can't promise it's gonna be any better. Going back to this Kings game, want to touch on the Kings against the Bobcats. You really like Rudy Gay. It's supposed to be a close game. Anybody else in this game that you're liking, Davis?
I mean, I can see playing Isaiah Thomas, but the fact is that there's just other, because Bayless maybe on DraftKings you can get him in, but on FanDuel you're locked into Bayless and then one of Lillard, Russ, Kyrie, or Lawson. So I don't know how you get him in on there. Yeah, Curry as well. So I don't know how you get him in on FanDuel. Maybe you could get him in on DraftDay, DraftKings, DraftStreet, in that util slot, something like that. But yeah, I haven't put him in any lineups yet. I still like Derek Williams for 8K on DraftStreet.
Okay, Derek Williams is in play according to you.
Yeah, tell me I'm stupid or whatever. But
I'm not going to tell you that you're stupid. I'm just going to say I threw up a little bit. Hold on. Can you laugh again for us, Nap?
I need to say something funny. It can't be. It's not. I can't do that unnaturally.
I'm Eskimo Brothers with Cordarrelle Patterson.
Really?
Yeah, really.
How do you know this?
We went to college together for a year.
A girl told you this, or
no. We went to a community college, so everyone kind of knew each other, and I hooked up with this girl when we first got there, and then she sort of became his side piece.
So you're assuming that? Yeah. Okay. Inferring.
Yeah, I'm inferring.
Eskimo inference. That's cool. You got some DNA.
Eskimo inference.
You got some Cordarrelle DNA on you. That's cool.
No, I'm 95% sure that I got firsts, as Smiz is taunting me in the chat right now.
God. Oh, well, that brings us to the rapid fire. Presented by DraftDay, our sponsors. Don't get burned by the rapid fire. So listen to the Fantasy Insiders picks. Russell Westbrook or Stephen Curry?
Eskimos don't need to worry about being on fire. They're cold as hell. All right, let's go. It's too easy.
So you would go Curry.
What's the matchup?
Curry versus Westbrook.
Curry.
Davis.
Russ.
We're both homers.
Give me Curry. Speaking of, last night we won again, 3 out of 5. Wasn't 5 out of 5, but we're 4 days in a row now. DeMarcus Cousins or LaMarcus Aldridge?
Eldridge. You're thinking Eskimo. It's Aldridge.
Aldridge. Sorry.
You got Eskimo on the mind.
Dave's freaking out. I got Aldridge.
I think you have to go Aldridge. Just yeah. No technical ejection possibility.
It's a booby twap that Scott is trying to set. It's not going to work. Not going to work at all. Aldridge all day. This one's today's an easy one. So Scott is probably going to change it as soon as we get off the air. Al Jefferson or Kyrie Irving?
Ugh.
Kyrie.
Yeah, I'll go Kyrie.
Kyrie as well. Lillard versus Lawson. This is probably the toughest one for me.
Yeah, I'm hedging with these guys and head-to-heads going 50% with one of them and 50% with the other. So, but I'm going to go Lawson.
I'm going to go Lillard. He doesn't have the fatigue potential, does Denver play tomorrow? Like, they might rest loss. I don't know. It's just Lillard. I think
That's
he's
always how Nap breaks the ties with the back-to-back tomorrow. I noticed that.
got it. Yeah. I mean, it's super close. I love them both. It's just I think Lillard's kind of a little safer.
I will go Lillard.
Yeah.
So I will break the right-hand column side. Serge versus Clay. This one is just out to get me, I feel like.
I mean, it's Surge. Especially with the double-double bonus on draft day.
Okay. I think his floor is a little higher, and then Clay can always just go horrible.
Davis, what did you just say?
With the double-double bonus on draft day, that's an extra 2 points. And Ibaka had a streak before the Magic game, had a streak of 11 straight double-doubles or something like that.
You know that there is also a bonus for three-pointers made.
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Well, I really like both of these guys tonight, so this one's hard.
That's what she said. I will take Serge Ibaka. Going against my better judgment and going Serge. I was giving you a hard time. So there you go. That's it. That's the money shot. It's probably bad terminology to use, but there you have it. That is the rapid fire on Draft Day, our sponsor. Draft Day has still some room in the worm, and tomorrow we'll start again. Should we have a bracket contest, Nap, or should we have something else like a Survivor tournament?
Do they host Survivor tournaments? Is that format there?
Scott said he could do it.
That'd be awesome. Yeah. I mean, brackets just it's kind of fun though. It's way more fun. Don't you think so?
Yeah, I like
just
brackets.
for like a friendly thing. For a championship, I think Survivor's the way it should go pretty soon for all the sites. It's hard. I mean, they want that one day aspect of it, but I love that Survivor style.
Yeah, I like the Survivor style as well. Plus, you can always play that song in the background when you talk about it. You know what I'm talking about, Davis?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Do you know what I'm talking about, Nap?
Yeah.
What was that?
That's Survivor. I hope we're talking about the same thing.
No, I'm talking about Beyonce.
You're thinking of Destiny's Child.
Destiny's
I'm a
Child,
survivor.
yeah. I'm a survivor.
Oh, I'm thinking Eye of the Tiger. And you're older than me too. You should know. You should be thinking 80s music.
Giggles. Oh man, too good. Anyways, we'll see if we can get that set up with Scott tomorrow. Anyways, this has been a really fun show. Wow. We have 5 minutes. If anybody has any questions about their lineups or just in general, it seems like Davis has opened up a little bit of a can of worms. If you want to go down that trail, you can. But we'll take questions for a little bit longer. Nap, you got unfrozen.
Woo!
Look at that.
Look how handsome you are.
I have a fantasy basketball question for you guys, which is weird for the last 15 minutes of this show.
Don't ask.
Robin Lopez.
He's a person?
I like Lopez. Lopez's downfall is foul trouble. That's where he gets in trouble. But this season, he has been money. Now, it depends on what sites you're using him on, because I've only looked at a few sites, but I haven't seen a lot of value there. But Lopez is a guy who is...
he's 6K on FanDuel, which is where I'm looking at him at.
I'd go Bogut. On DK and FanDuel, they're almost the same. I think Bogut's definitely safer.
Yeah, I would definitely prefer Bogut over Lopez. But Lopez, I mean, he's as long as he stays out of foul trouble, I think, especially in this Cleveland game, I think he's in line for a double-double. So I don't mind that pick. I'll go ahead and call it. I'll go ahead and call his stat line for Nap. It's going to be 12, 10, and 1 assist, 1 steal and 3 blocks. So he's going to have a pretty good game tonight. There, I just called.
31 on FanDuel. No turnovers?
I didn't get to turnovers. And 4 turnovers.
27 on FanDuel. Yeah, that's value. That's value.
Yeah. Well, what's his price tag? 6?
57? 6.
So, yeah.
Bogut is 6 on FanDuel, just straight 6.
62.
Okay. All right, then he will not fit in my current lineup. I gotta go move stuff around.
Leonum says, "Man, I am so opposite you guys tonight. LOL, OMG, LMA, FAO. Think I'm going to have a bunch of low-owned players. So that's what we call GPP plays. That's what Napster Man calls GPP plays.
Hell yeah. I think Kyrie's a GPP guy. And Drew, we didn't even mention Drew Holiday. He could put up 50 tonight. I mean,
he could.
Yeah, he could.
He could.
Yeah, Kyrie. That's like the ultimate GPP team. Everyone's gonna be Lawson, Westbrook, or Bayless, probably Westbrook, Curry. Yeah.
Drew or Kyrie, I would probably still go. Kyrie.
Yeah.
Thoughts, Davis?
Yeah, I just typed typed Kyrie in the chat.
Okay. Well, thanks for telling us. Let's see. We have Tony Allen as a value shooting guard. I think he's if he can get 3 steals, which he's capable of, I think he's a decent start at shooting guard with Conley out. So definitely. Randy Foye for 4K and FanDuel worth a shot. I don't think so.
He's got a bum ankle.
Yeah, he hurt himself a little bit. Don't touch that.
And he wore some leopard pants to the stadium the other night, which I just think is funny.
You're a big Russell Westbrook fan. What are you talking about, Davis?
Russ has swag. Foy is like an old weird guy.
So wait, if an older guy wears the same thing that Russell Westbrook does, it's like he's trying to be a poser and doesn't have swag?
Russ is the originator. He's #SwaggyW. He's you can't like people can't be biting off Russ's style. Yeah, as Smith says, it's all in the equation.
I know a guy's nickname could be #SwaggyW.
I mean, Nick Young
If you said that in 1995, oh my god, dude.
Nick Young has his coaches calling him Swaggy P. Doug Collins called him Swaggy P. Like when he was speaking to the media, he'd be like, "Yeah, Swaggy had a good game tonight." Like this is a real thing.
So what's Mike Wallace? That's every time someone mentions clothing and like their performance, I think of Pete with that orange suit Wallace walked in on when he was playing Pitt. He called him like ultimate swag factor. Wow.
Man, good.
Wow,
good
the
stuff.
swag. Yeah.
I will lay off the fashion talk only to say that Manprees, if they ever come back in style, then I will be one of the most stylish guys there is. I have nice legs. Like I've gained a little bit of weight. My legs though still very nice and petite. I feel like the with how big my butt is, I feel like the skinny jeans not good for my physique. I could never rock the skinny jeans just because of my build. However, Manprees, I really feel like I have the calves and ankles to pull that off. That's all I'm gonna say.
Skinny jeans are the greatest, man. Everyone can rock them.
You're like a rock on 2 toothpicks.
Oh, man. All right. Well, we'll go on that note. We'll go ahead and end the show. Al wanted to know some of my thoughts on some industry things. I'll go ahead and stop recording and just give my take via stream and not on the record. So it'll be an off the record for the chat. So I'll make sure to do that. If you have any questions for us, feel free to hit us up on Skype. Not Skype. Don't hit us up on Skype. Hit us up on Twitter and we will do our best to get back at you with some answers. It's been a fun show. Tuesday's always a fun show. So between giggles and Swaggy P and tattoos and Eskimo Brothers and everything else, it is. I think we have covered all the bases, and so we're good to go. Thanks for tuning in, though, everybody. Seriously, it was definitely a fun show. Tomorrow should have Drew Dinkmeyer from Reto Experts and Scott Melwick from DraftDay joining the show. So should be
Swaggy
fun.
Scott.
What was that, Davis?
Swaggy Scott.
Yes. Swaggy Scott. So yeah, for
Can we call Dink a swag piece from now on? Dink swag. I like swag piece.
Swag piece. Swag piece. Yep.
swag piece, and I want to know what we call this shot right here. The money shot, maybe?
What shot?
This might be the picture that he sent to the Eskimo brother target. That shot right there.
It's my Christian Mingle pick, dude.
That's such an awesome pick. Anyways, that'll do it for the show.
Swagskimo.
Swagskimo.
That will do it for the show. We'll see y'all later.
Eskaswag. Oh my god, too many.
DJ Khaled! Yeah! All I do is win, 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 no matter what. Got money on my mind, I can never get enough. And every time I step up in the field.
My overlay today wasn't